All right. Why don't I bring up that video that you talked about, the Lori Lightfoot one? Because I know you wanted to talk about that,
God.
right?
Yes.
Hold on, let me go to this thing.
I feel so bad because she's so. Look at.
Let me see.
Are you gonna put on the
This is the
volume?
creepiest thing.
Yeah. Let me switch it over to you guys. Okay, that's one.
Why would you do this? Why would you think this was a good idea?
Well, I mean, and it seemed interesting to talk about, didn't it? There we go.
She has a bunch. Like she just.
She got
She's, like
hooked on the meme, on the viral.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
There, look what.
All right, let's see this
Mostly.
thing. All right.
Thank God. Science is back, baby. And the earth is round, not flat.
What?
Washing your hands does work. Social distancing does matter. And wearing a face covering does help protect all of us.
Oh boy.
I do love science.
It's so goofy.
Oh, was that what part of that was a good idea to release?
Everybody in Chicago wears a mask, though.
There you go. I hate science now.
Yeah, she's telling us things that they told us that we all know. I mean, that is like some Sesame Street shit. Like, I said, like, what is going on in Chicago? Like, what is everybody doing? Because she's running around with costumes. You know what I mean? She's the census cowboy. She dressed up as like a bat. I forget what she dressed up as, like Batwoman or something for Halloween. Yeah, she's just so goofy, which, listen, would be completely fine if you weren't the fucking mayor of Chicago.
Or if you were good at your job. She could be goofball if she was like helping the people. Yeah, she hasn't done shit. There's been like literally nothing. Her response has been so terrible to all this, everything this year. It's just been continuous.
Just loves cops.
Yeah, she loves the cops. Fucking hates the teachers. It's like wait, what universe are you from where you think that appeals to voters? Who likes the cops more than the teachers?
It's just
psychos.
like, how long
not
did
anybody here.
How long do you think she worked on that video, though?
Like, I know. I hope not long.
Like, I just am like, dude, I could see her. All right, guys. Like, could you see her? I could see her like calling in her administration. Like, all right, guys, come on, let's sit down. I have this great idea. Okay, we're gonna make a video telling people to wear masks and wash their hands.
Oh, dude.
What?
I mean, she was trying to dunk on Trump. You know, like that's what she was trying to do. Was trying to make a like, oh, we got rid of the anti-science president.
Like, yeah, we hate him too on this.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, obviously, it's a dunk on Trump, right? And to go at the mask and the anti-science shit that he does. But I mean, you have to do it in the most corniest way possible. Like, did she just sit down her team and be like, all right, I need some Sesame Street bullshit. That's what they ended up churning out.
Yeah, like, again, if she was doing something positive and doing actual work in Chicago, that I wouldn't have a problem with any of this. I would just be like, oh, you know, she's silly, whatever.
Right.
But like,
I can't
this
believe
is
they're
like,
gonna let Ramen Manuel.
They're gonna wait. They're what?
Wait, isn't he part of the?
Yeah, he's on the transition team.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's on the transition team.
He's gonna be up in there, and his brother, the one that thinks you should die at 75, is on the fucking COVID team. Like, that's bad. Why can't they just let any of them fail?
What is their COVID plan too? Like, what is Biden's COVID plan?
Well,
he doesn't have one.
No, he has a plan. He's already put together his task force. I mean, that's just to be fair to the guy. I mean, he's gonna go ahead and mandate masks on all federal property, is what he said, right? So, and I think he's planning to do some kind of subsidy for for the actual vaccine, which should be free, so it shouldn't be some kind of subsidy. So I mean, I do think he's going to go ahead and take it more seriously than Trump did. But I mean, the problem by now isn't so much the policies that are in place. He might go back and get masks to everybody if that helps. I mean, I don't know if by now it'll help with that post office plan that Trump pulled. But the problem by now, though, is that it was politicized so much by Trump that people are already in their camps of whether or not if they're not going to wear masks or
right.
Yeah. So it would have had to. That's something you can't fix.
Like their plan has to be like how to properly fund healthcare and shit like that. Like that's the kind of thing, and whatever people need checks and stuff like that. Like that has to be your plan.
Right.
Your plan can't be just virtue signaling about masks. That's not going to work.
Right. I mean, that's not going to work anymore by now. And the other problem now too is with the vaccine that's forthcoming. People are not all getting in line ready to go take that vaccine either.
I am. I'm fucking.
I mean,
I'll take the shit out of it.
All right, yeah. You take that shit first, bro, and I'll give you a couple months, see how you do.
I mean, I'm convinced that my allergies are really COVID, so I'm gonna get it tested tomorrow.
Oh,
but
no.
I mean, here's the thing, Lo. Like, that's another thing is like there are a lot of people getting this shit.
Yeah,
like a lot of people, and it's weird.
My brother
because
got it.
there are people, yeah, like because like so, two of my uncles got it, and my aunt got it, and both of my uncles died. But
God.
the one uncle didn't fucking believe in COVID. Like the whole family got it, and they didn't believe in COVID. And whatever.
Holy shit!
It's terrible.
Yeah. So, but my uncle the first one that died, like it was a whole like mess because like he went to the ER like 3 times, and then finally the 3rd time they were like, oh, and this was right when the outbreak was happening, so he had already been whatever was happening because he had diabetes and he was obese, he had comorbidities. But then there's people like kind of like, and I don't know your guys' personal health or whatever, but like I'm 37. I have like an autoimmune disorder, but it's not very bad. Mm-hmm. So like me to catch COVID, it's not going to like, yeah, it's going to put me out, you know what I mean? But it's not going to like discomfort me or whatever. But even if I didn't have COVID and I'm like this, I wouldn't go out, like, especially without a mask. Even if you feel sick, just don't fucking go out. Don't go out, because the other thing, like, again, it's affecting a lot of people just very mildly. And people think that, they're getting, just like whatever. I mean, I'm going to go get tested tomorrow just because I'll freak myself out if I don't. But a lot of people, I just wasn't.
I had a headache today. I was kind of scared I had it. Isn't that the first headache?
No, but there's just there's so wide a variety of symptoms that if you go and if you start going doing the WebMD shit, going on Google, do I have COVID? Yeah. You'll find something that'll line up and be like, all right, well, I have like these 3 things, that might be it. And like here, for me, just because of the situation, I'm over here in El Paso. Just because of how bad it is, I mean, it's got me freaked out. I know that, like, my mom, she's a nurse in the COVID unit. So, that it's a new COVID unit because there's just so many cases that they expanded it to include the whole damn hospital by now. So, when you have a situation like that, you are more worried that, all right, you know what? I did go to the store. Maybe I caught something. Maybe I didn't wash my hands this time. That dude passed by me on the stairwell a little too closely, I'm
worried I caught it at the election because I was working at the poll. Right?
Yeah, and see, like, taste, that's the tell. I mean, it's not always the tell. That's a common one. My boy, he got it over here. That was one of the things he got. The no taste, no sense of smell. But that's not always the case. And then, let alone in cases where you're asymptomatic and you don't even know that you're carrying it, and you could risk exposing people that are important to you to it. So.
And look, I'm not going to lie, you know what I mean? Like, I, was at a Halloween party, like, and I kept my mask on the majority of the time, but I was also drinking too, you know what I mean? So it's like, it is like, I'm not going to pretend like I've been completely perfect,
Mm-hmm.
the entire quarantine. I don't think anybody has.
And that's insane.
And
3 months.
3 months is, yeah, but it's scary because you don't know. And like, I work from home. No, like, I'll go and see, because we got pulled out of the field like in March, but then like slowly, like if we felt that like kids needed to be seen, like it was, if we weren't seeing them, they were going to jail or the hospital, we would go out and see them. But I have like a lot of little ones right now, so I'll go out and see them every other week, but I make them come outside. We wear masks, like we do all of that. So once, because the weather's getting colder, I'm going to end that. But I mean, yeah, like everybody, who knows? It's just, it frustrates me because if we would have just shut down for 3 months, give everybody $2,000 a month, give this, you know what I mean?
Well, and then gone ahead with that post office plan too.
Well, it seemed like we did shut down, right? It seemed like we did kind of keep it contained at first, but then people broke containment too quickly because they didn't have any, they didn't have checks, they didn't have anything from the government, so they didn't last very long.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
Here we have a comment about this. COVID is just going to be the seasonal flu now, and again, I don't see it that way, just because of how other countries have been able to deal with it so much more effectively. And I mean, if you're just going off of that, there's been a uniquely bad response to COVID here, and that's the situation that we're in. It's not like every country that has had a spike or that has had an immediate response that has been competent is out here expecting this thing to reoccur every year, because some of these countries aren't even having cases. So
I think it spiked a lot of places though. So
yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we did handle it badly, but I think a lot of it is also our healthcare system, right?
Right.
Where like you avoid going to get treatment at all costs until the last minute, until you absolutely have to. So people are spreading it.
I said on Twitter, and I was half joking, I said that I was going to call my doctor tomorrow and be dramatic so I could get a test. Because, like, I'm not running a fever, so they're not going to give, you know what I mean? Like, they're not order me a test. So I'm going to be fucking dramatic about it. Not like dramatic. But no, I mean, but that's fucked up. Like, that is, we have, like, the access to tests needs to be bigger. The thing that scares me about, like, the vaccine, which I mean, I'll get, but I've heard, like, that, like, people have, like, said, like, you should wait 6 months, I guess, to see what it does before you make the decision. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, yes, I'm going to, get it. I'm not going to get it if Trump tells me, or is like any administration. But I'll even question Biden's a minute. I mean,
no, for me, I'm just firmly on the side of I won't probably be one of the first ones in line to get it, but I'll get it once I see that it's cleared with the majority of people. And
yeah, I mean, I just want shit to go back to normal. Right? Like, I'm starting to get sick of it now. Like,
yeah,
like I actually don't mind staying at home, but I want to like go to shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, it'd be nice to go to a fucking movie.
Yeah, I miss dancing. I used to go to there was this night in Pittsburgh it was the first Saturday of every month. It was called Titletown Funk and Soul Party. It's been around for like over 10 years, and they played all like funk and soul on 45s. So like 45 records, dude. It was awesome. You should go in there, and it just like felt like you were in a time capsule. And like by the time like it was like midnight, everybody was on the dance floor, and it was just so like young and old. It was just like such a varied crowd, like every month. It was just a really, really good time, and I really miss it.